Guess who's back?
You're now listening to Unapologetic, the podcast, with your two hosts, Trey and Reg, discussing any and everything unfiltered.
Y'all heard of damn, her name is Tashira Jones. I just saw today she was just elected the mayor in St. Louis. First black woman to be elected mayor of the city of St. Louis.
Congrats to them. I'm not
that's
tracking.
what's up.
St. Louis is one of them, another one of them cities, right?
Yeah, it's one of them.
Heavily black, but majority ran by whites.
Yeah, definitely one of them, brother.
Yep. Jeezy got married. How y'all feel about that?
So it was a beautiful wedding.
Oh, you watched it?
I seen clips that he had posted on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
So first, let me just say that I have nothing against interracial dating, marriages, nothing whatsoever. Okay, but it does something to me to know that a black woman couldn't get him. You know, like
okay,
that's it. Okay. That's all. But beautiful way. I wish them the absolute best. He looks really, really happy. She looks really, really happy.
Right.
I guess at the end of the day, that's all that matters. But I really do like. I just hate a black woman didn't get him. That's all. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm sure he tried his hand at a few.
More than a few, right? Yeah, that nigga had a whole plethora probably of every type of woman.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I'm happy for the man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she makes sure that you know, even when she's on air, at least, you know, when she talk about dude, bro, you know, she turned red in the face, man. You know, she be smitten kidding, and that's been for the past couple years, man. So
that's good though. I'm happy for him. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I have no bitterness any whatsoever. But you know, I just be like, damn, I wish the sister would have got him. You know, so.
I hope that he's well taken care of, and he's able to take care of her as well, man. I'm talking
sure
about.
They are.
I'm not even talking about financially. So I'm talking about, you know, emotionally. You know what I mean? Because you know, being regardless of whether you got $1, if you got $10 million, you know, we know being black in America is tough in itself. So I'm quite sure that he has obstacles, and he's going to have more obstacles to go through, considering that he has an Asian wife now. So, you know, the best of luck to them, man, and hopefully it doesn't go wrong, go south.
Right.
You never want to see that, but
right.
Best of luck to them people, man.
Y'all care about them reporting that Kim K is now a billionaire?
I don't really care too much for the Kardashians at all.
Right along. Move right along. Hey, what's going on with Paul Pierce though? I think he kind of having a midlife crisis, probably.
Think so?
I don't know. Maybe he just fed up. He like, fuck it.
I think that's really what it is, because I really think he just like, you know what, just fuck it. Like, I'm Paul Pierce.
Being in the limelight like that for the majority of your life, probably because he probably been in the spotlight since he was probably a junior, senior in high school, all through the NBA, and now he on ESPN. I probably can see that a lot of people tired of like living behind closed doors.
Okay. Well, let's talk about it. Did he really? So is it the fact that because he didn't do anything illegal,
right?
So
he was smoking weed. Where was he when he was smoking the weed? Was he in the legal state?
No, he's in LA. He said I'm in he said I'm in, I forgot what county, but he said he was like, pull up. He said on the video.
Yeah. So
but the answer you, Dre, I think it's the optics. He didn't do nothing wrong at all.
Well, at the end of the day, like I said, I guess they want clean cut people that don't live life and
right
like that. I mean, like you said, the optics, that's just what it is. I guess that image was a bit too much for them. You know,
but then he said, I'm sorry, Dre. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
No, but it's just funny that they often have Matt Barnes on, and Matt Barnes is an advocate for smoking marijuana, using marijuana products, CBD, all of that. I mean, is you check the man Instagram. No, he's not a full-time employee at ESPN, but
right.
You check Matt Instagram right now. If you scroll past if you go scroll past 5 pictures, you might not. Are you familiar with him?
Mm-mm.
So if you look up Matt Barnes, you scroll up 5 pictures. You scroll up 6 pictures, and you don't see him with a doobie in his hand. I give you $100.
So do you think it's because the women? That's probably what it is.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know, but those young ladies have a job to do as well.
Right. So, absolutely.
It was the fuck ESPN for me. Sorry. You're not finna work for me, and you just went on live and said "fuck me," and then think I'm finna let you come clock in. So it was the fuck ESPN for me.
I didn't know he said that on the
live. Me neither.
Yeah. He the video that I seen, he was like, "Fuck ESPN, they trying to fire me."
So that was after the initial video then, because I know he made another video. He made 2 or 3 yesterday. One of them he was like, "I'm good. Y'all ain't got to worry about me. Watch what happened next." Like he got another show or something in the plans. And then he made another one. So.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, let that man live, man. I mean that goes to show like a lot of what we do within our culture still is not accepted, because he wasn't doing nothing wrong, like Dre said.
Man,
it's not accepted when we do it, because other people can do it and get away with it and it's no problem. But when we do it, that sets a negative tone for, like, that's just not the direction we going in, et cetera, et cetera. Like, it's not okay when we do it. But like you say, Matt Barnes is a marijuana connoisseur.
Yeah,
and he lost his job. So I think it's just not acceptable when we do it. Right. And I'm sure he's not the only NBA player, NFL player, sports player that's done been to a strip club. The girls wasn't fully nude. They had on thongs, so it's not like they were fully nude. He was in a marijuana legal state.
Yeah.
So it's not, he wasn't breaking no laws.
Right. So Dre, correct me if I'm wrong. Did they suspend marijuana testing this year? NBA?
Yeah, it's a wrap.
I don't see the big deal.
It's a wrap.
Even though he's not an active player, but I don't see the big deal.
And that's the thing. They're not even tested in the NBA for marijuana. So you mean to tell me the folks that are talking about the NBA are going to get, blasted off on for doing it? And I talked to a couple other people, and they agree with what you said, Red. It's all about the optics, man. It's all about the image, man. So whatever. I can't make anybody or tell anybody what to do with their business. When you own some shit, you do what you want to do with it. So that's that for me.
Yeah. Did y'all watch the verses?
I missed it.
I did not.
But I heard he was giving Ron Osley. They said he had a gray beard.
Yeah, he been had it though. So
he was giving out sugar daddy vibes. I seen him.
Hey, Ron Osley is a wanted man right now.
Right.
He had a chinchilla on with the salt and pepper, didn't he?
Yeah.
Hey,
it was a good show though. But like me and we talked about last week, Dre. We was talking about why Steve Harvey up there, and I really maybe I was biased going in, but he really got on my nerves probably about 5-10 minutes into it.
So this is what I saw.
My God.
I saw so many memes about him and his stories. Though.
Yeah.
They were saying if Steve Harvey tell another motherfucking story.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was a sentimental night for him, man, going back in the day. I know I heard one story you talk about picking up women in station wagons and some shit.
Yeah.
Many moons ago for that, man. So I'm pretty sure it was, like I said, it was a sentimental moment. I mean, the same way, I don't know if I would quite be like that, but the same way, if I was on when Tip or, Currency or whatever, somebody like that, if I was hosting it, I would be telling them story, bro. I remember when I was rolling up, blah, 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 or I was about to go do blah, 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 when this came on and when this came out. So I get it.
Yeah, but he was killing the vibe for real for me. But it was a good show, though. It was a good show. It was a good show. Isley Brothers didn't play my song, but that's all right. Hey, prayers up for DMX.
Yeah.
That's very sad, man. He's still in a vegetative state. On life support.
Yeah.
To today is Wednesday. I think they said that he's doing like an extensive brain treatment, or not
Yes.
treatment, but testing today to make sure to see like if anything has gone on with his
How much
brain
activity?
stuff.
Yeah, how much activity he has
Mhm.
left in his brain, and then I guess that determines. They'll let the family know to where, okay, he has this much activity going on in the brain, so you have this percent of a chance that he might pull through or not. So I guess that gives them a better understanding of whether they want to pull the plug or not.
Jeez, jeez, man. Prayers out to the family, man. That is unfortunate.
Absolutely, man. And
It was drug related, right?
yeah, they said he OD'd and had a heart attack or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Man,
Man, it's just like when you got them demons, you can't get like it's hard to shake them, man. I guess like we'll of course we'll never understand it because we don't indulge in drugs like he did or does.
Right.
So, but just shaking them demons, man, because I'm pretty sure he's been battling that drug demon for the longest, probably since the 90s, early 90s at that.
For sure.
Yeah, ever since this has happened, I know that a lot of blog sites has been posting that like an article or interview that he did where he was tricked into taking crack cocaine in the first place. I think they said like his friend or somebody put it in a blunt. So that's it. Initially, that's kind of sort of how he got hooked on it in the first place.
Yeah,
it wasn't even something he intentionally started doing. It's like he was tricked into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. I heard that on the documentary, the Rough Riders documentary. You know what I'm talking about, Dre? The one that they did. It's kind of like the Cash Money one. Then they did a Rough Riders
on BT.
Yeah. They did well, it was No Limit. Then they did the Rough Riders.
Yeah. I remember those. Yeah.
Which kind of sad story.
I know that, man. All it takes is one time for that stuff, man.
Yeah, that's what they say. That video I sent y'all of George Floyd, you said you didn't look at it, but what's your thoughts on it, Dre?
Dude, I'm not surprised at how they're trying to, weasel people into saying whatever it is they want to say for the benefit of their defense, man. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It don't sound like he said he ate too many drugs to me.
Right.
I don't know what he said, but
no.
It don't sound like that. It don't sound like he said he ate too many drugs. And that's what the video was on. Like, and I'm glad that the fella that was up on the stand, he didn't take the pressure, he didn't take the bait. You know what I mean? Because it could have been very, very easy to do it, man.
Yeah. So just I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Just to update you real quick, Aisha. The prosecutor asked the dude, he played a video and was like, what do you hear? And to me, it sounded like a man taking his last breaths. Sound like a man that was, on the verge of dying. And he played it twice, and the guy was like, I don't know, I couldn't make it out. He said, it didn't sound like I ate too many drugs to you. And the guy was like, the guy said no. And so he played it again. He played it again, and he's like, what does it sound like to you? And he's like, I couldn't make it out. And me neither. I don't know. I don't know what this prosecutor thought he was hearing, but I ate too many drugs. It didn't sound like that.
No. I can't agree with you on that one, buddy. I didn't get no problem. But you know how it goes.
Yeah, we know how a lot of these, majority of these situations always play out the same. Like you said, they're always going to try to do what they can to get the courts to go in their favor as far as, so it's a sad case. At the end of the day, excessive force was used. Somebody lost their life. Let's go ahead and, do what we have to do. Let's justify this. You trying to justify it in your way and it's not working. This officer needs to be arrested, period, point blank, because they don't train y'all to do that. Even if you was to use your knee, you didn't have to be up on his neck like that. You see what I'm saying? Like you could have just held him down on his back. You could have had your knee on his back. Like it clearly he wasn't going nowhere.
Man was handcuffed, correct?
Yeah.
It's crazy. And it's like at the end of the day, I'm tired of them putting shit on a spoon and trying to feed it to us. And they think we're gonna continue to eat this bullshit that they feeding to us, and we not. We getting tired of it. We not stupid. Y'all see the same. Y'all looking at the same video we looking at.
Thanks.
Yeah. I don't. It's use the word optics again. It's just sad that these optics that we're seeing are not what they're seeing, and it's just we have to justify excessive force it's just crazy. But let's go ahead and get started. Let me intro this. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unapologetic Podcast. Your two hosts, Dre and Reg. We got a special guest, Aisha, with us from the Coffee and Apple Juice Podcast. This is her second time on the show. Welcome back, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Doing all right. Doing good.
Shit, I can't complain. Shit, I'm super straight. I'm alive.
Dre, you look really nice in that red.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
You know what?
As a matter of fact, ma'am, you look rather extravagant in
Thank you.
unapologetic blue that you're
I like that.
Thank you.
I
really
like
appreciate
that color.
it.
I like the name you gave that color. But you know what, Dre? Everybody say that when you got red on.
You look really good in this red. Like, yeah, and I'm being so serious.
Everybody said that when you got red on. Every episode we recorded, you got red on. I hear that, whether it's in the YouTube comments or someone just says it in general. But yeah.
Well, thank you, Unapologetic Nation. I appreciate it.
Yeah, this red is like crispy too. Like it's really bright and vibrant. Like it's fresh out the hanger.
Hey, man. Well, I sport my own apparel, my Nomads apparel. You know what I'm saying? So, hey,
Crispy.
Plug it in.
Yeah.
Yes. But what's good with you? What's been up with you since we last had you on?
Nothing major. So Coffee and Apple Juice, we just finished off season 2. So we're going to spend the next couple weeks preparing for season 3. Y'all will be seeing my face a little bit more because now I'm going to be on YouTube. So I'm just trying to brace myself for that. Like, so I low-key am a perfectionist, quote, like just a little bit. So it's like if my lashes ain't done or if my hair not done or if I got a pimple, I'm really insecure on camera. Like it freaks me out to get on camera. Like y'all should have seen me trying to hurry up and get ready for this. I had to put lashes on and everything. Okay. Yes, like for some reason I'm extremely insecure about being on camera for whatever the case may be. And so that's why it took me so long to decide to get on YouTube, because like you have to keep in mind I'm planning this as if the whole world is gonna watch my videos. Okay.
Hey, shoot for the stars.
So I want to give y'all the best of me. And so I just have to prepare myself for that. That's all.
Yeah.
But I'm ready for it though.
And you said you're doing a 2-week break?
And I'm gonna need a little bit more than 2 weeks.
Okay.
So we're gonna take the month of April, the rest of the month of April. We're gonna do a little break and then we're gonna come back the first Wednesday of May.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Dre, what's the deal, man?
Look, man, I'm good. Happy, man. My number one stunning there, my firstborn, she came down to rock out with me this week. Okay. And we've been doing everything from painting, ride dirt bikes, playing with putties, Easter egg hunt. Man, we're gonna go to the bounce house tomorrow. She don't know that yet. But man, I mean, I'm just having a good time, man. Just enjoying her and her being, I was so used to having, this 1-year-old who understood me, but act like he didn't understand that. So opposed to a 7 going on 8-year-old that is pretty much on autopilot and, kind of G-checks me about stuff, her being a woman or a little woman at that. So it's cool, man. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, man.
That's good, man. I'm happy for you, man.
Appreciate
it. Nothing like family time. Absolutely. Absolutely. I shot down the road and spent the weekend with my daughters and the grandbaby, and as always love. But they get in their little feeling. I feel like they get in their feelings because of course I give Luna all the time and enjoy it.
I believe it. I can see that. All those emotions scrambled up, 3 different type of emotions. Luna ain't going. Luna is me knowing all 3 of them. Luna is not going. Luna ain't going. So they gonna have to suck it up.
At all. But speaking of Ron Aisha, I'm ready to give off some granddaddy vibes now.
Listen.
Ron Isley had me like, oh, wait. If I got some grays in here, wait till these grays start showing up.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he's in his 80s, right? Or
79. He said 79.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
79.
His wife
is 30 years younger than him, isn't she?
Really?
She's young.
She looked younger than that. She looked younger than 30 years younger than him.
I want to say she's like, if I'm not mistaken, I think I read that she's either in her 30s or she's 30 years. Oh. It's one of the other. I can't remember exactly which one. She's either in her 30s or she's about 30 to 35 years younger than him.
You almost made Dre spit his drink. Listen, if she in her 30s, I believe
but she is gorgeous.
Yes, I could believe she's in her 30s from the pictures in the video I saw.
That man will bust his heart. What? No, that was me. I didn't mean that was me. That was nasty. No, that was nasty. That was nasty.
No, he is. Hey, listen, she like a lot of his other 30 something year old women. He might try to keep up with her.
We is
He might try to keep up with her.
Ron is out here. Ron hit the fountain of youth. Ron said he. Now I said Luna ain't going. No. Ron Isley ain't going. All right. Good.
Yeah, he doing his thing, man. Dre, let's talk about Roy Williams real quick.
Let's talk about it, man. When you sent me, first of all, I was asleep. You know what I'm saying? I was asleep, but you know, your text message popped up first. And I read it, but I got like 20 text messages. What y'all gonna do? Oh, look at this. Clips and clips and clips. Is it April Fools? Is it this? Is it that? Bottom line is, man, shout out to Roy Williams, man, on a great career, on a Hall of Fame career. Everything that he did for the program. And I wish him nothing but the best and spending time with his family, dog. And he gave us he gave us some prime time years, man, as far as how the basketball team looked, dog. So you can't be mad at old Roy, man. They ain't gone.
Yeah. Dang on it. You put us back on the map too. How do you feel about Hubert? We got the right man?
He was more than deserving of it. I think that we talked about it off air, and if it wasn't him, I would like for it to be Jerry Stackhouse. I think shout out to the University of North Carolina Chapel Hill for making the first Black head coach for the team, because all three of us being from North Carolina, we understand what the fuck going on as far as Black people being in the forefront of anything. So for him to be the first Black head coach in the old Tar Heel State, in the old Tar Heel school, man, that's major. And a lot of people aren't talking about that, man.
Right.
I don't know why, but I don't know if I ever saw that day coming. You know what I mean? We spoke on it. You look at you look at him being an assistant and saying, okay, well, it's got to be one of them. But for him actually to, hold the reins of the program, man, that's huge, man.
Yeah. And that was a question you asked me. You said, do you think we ready for that? And I was like, oh no, I don't see it. Because you was like, I don't know if they're gonna do that. Because we still funded and backed up by a bunch of old white men with old white money that are still stuck in these ways that they are. But I'm happy for every January and February, I'm always like, man, we need to replace Roy. But then once we go to the tournament, then it's always like that for me. I'm like, man, what the fuck is Roy doing? Roy losing games and shit. I don't know what the hell, but yeah, I'm happy for him. Yeah,
it's a good look, man.
We kind of talked about this bill that Georgia's passed, this voters bill, and looks like they are trying to push us back into the corner to where our vote really don't matter. And we know what it is because of what happened with this recent election with all the mail-ins and everything else. And they're like, oh, voter fraud, and we did this, we did that. So now they're trying to come up with other ways to make our vote not count.
Right.
What are your thoughts on that?
I'll let you go first, Aisha.
So my whole thing is we as a people need not let that deter us from what we came to do. If we came to vote, I don't care nothing about you not passing me out no water. I came to vote. If it means that I need my ID to cast the ballot, then I'm gonna make sure I got my ID. They gonna put up plenty of obstacles. We've been dealing with obstacles since the beginning of time. Yeah. We've been dealing with roadblocks. We've been dealing with shit in our way since the beginning. So this is what is really showing us, or what they smart. Don't get me wrong. They was they smart from doing this because we don't want to have to do nothing unnecessary. Right. You mean saying I gotta have my ID? Half of us ain't even got our ID. We don't keep our ID. If it's what we'll, so it's like that's it. If it's important to us, we'll get it done regardless of what the laws is, But what they targeting the ones that they know ain't gonna go get their ID.
Right.
They targeting the ones who really don't care about the election. We showed up last year because we ain't want Trump in it no more. But you know what I'm saying? So they was smart to do that, but at the same time, if it means that much to us, then we're not gonna let that deter us from the goal, or we're not gonna let that stop us from going and handling business when it comes to it.
Right. And why you said that about the ID situation, it's so funny that you bring that up, because just yesterday I was in the store in the gas station, and two of the young brothers were in there. One of them didn't have an ID, right? And he says to him, not to get off topic, but he says to the cashier, he says, "Yeah, I don't got no ID either, but I can show you." And this is a true story. He said, "But I can show you my mug shot, and that got my date of birth on it." And this is a true story, though. And I'm looking like,
wow.
And the dude the cashier looked at him like, no. No.
Wow.
No, seriously. But getting back on subject, Aisha, I agree with you 110,000%, man. Like, I couldn't have said it better. It's facts, man. That's all I'm trying to do. Is just and the reality of it is that with some of these hurdles and some of these obstacles, yes, it's going to put a little damper on how we vote. A little bit. I think a little bit. I think it will. And that's just reality of it, because of the fact that you said is that no, people, not even just us, but people like shit laid out. They don't want any, they want to go straight road. They don't want to take any left or right turns. So but I think we might take a little hit, but it's up to come election time. It's up to the powers that be, on the black side, man, to make sure that they push and had the same energy they had last year. You know what I mean? That's key. It just like how these people can put these laws in play. The powers that be, and even with us. Because we have a voice too, just to make sure that we're pushing this voting, because it matters, because we have a lot to do with who the hell is in these offices or in these positions of power and who not. Yeah. So we got to keep at it, man. There's some bullshit though.
Oh yeah.
100%. I just, because the majority of the voter of the mail-in ballots were African American, so I think they. And like you said, now, and even like providing an ID, I don't know. I mean, it's just weird that, but we know what it is. Like I said at the beginning, we know what it is and what they're trying to do. And they're trying to take matters back in their hands, because for the most part, we made the election about us and what we want.
That's right.
And then we showed up and showed out. You know what I'm saying? Let our voice be heard, and it's a problem. But for decades, that's been the big hit on African Americans. We're not voting, we're not doing this, and we're not doing that. But when we do, now
y'all trying to put all these laws in place.
Right. Yeah. Fuck your vote now. Like, yeah. But I'm pretty sure Stacey Abrams and the rest of the crew is gonna come up with something to.
They gonna cook. They gonna cook up something, man.
Which I can't wait. So as of yesterday, there's two women that has came out and spoke about Deshaun Watson. And I know, Dre, we've been talking about this for about 3 or 4 weeks now, right? It seems like every week is getting more and more. It's getting a little more serious. And I saw that Beats by Dre, they cut the endorsement.
Nike too.
Yep, Nike suspended it.
Nike suspended? Okay.
Yeah. So Beats by Dre absolutely ended the relationship with him.
I'm not surprised.
So Aisha actually is a massage therapist by at you know, I guess here and there, right? You don't really
Yes,
do it like that no more.
so I am a licensed massage therapist. I went to school for massage. I had to take a really long test, and I am licensed by the state of North Carolina. Now I listen to our podcast, okay? So let me just say this: if you flip your client over and they have a hard on, that should not like make you uncomfortable or anything. We are at the school where I studied at. My teacher taught us that it's normal. You know, a lot of time, I mean, you rubbing on a part of a man's body that probably don't get that much attention. You'll be surprised how rubbing somebody's legs can cause them to get a hard on. I don't massage feet before, and my client that had a hard on. Like, that's not a deal breaker when it comes to massage. Now, if I'm massaging you and you're humping the table, if I'm massaging you and I see you stroking yourself, okay, we have a problem now. But even still in school, we're like, my teacher taught us, he was like, if it gets to the point where the client is moving too much, if you feel like they, you know, being inappropriate, either apply more pressure to make it a little bit uncomfortable for them, or you just ask them, hey, is everything okay? See, like me, I don't have these problems because I have no problem with opening my mouth. Hey, is everything okay? You want to take a break? Is the pressure okay? You know, like I make it uncomfortable for you to the point where you don't even want to play with yourself no more. And I have had some wild experiences during my journey as a massage therapist. I've had clients nut on my sheets and on my table before. Okay. So I've seen it all. I have had old white men position, you know, just offer me a whole lot of money to give them hand jobs and everything. I've been through it all. A hard on, flipping your client over and he have a hard on. That's not nothing that I would go and quote unquote report. You know, I wouldn't go and do nothing like that. Now, if you said that she flipped him over, he had a hard on and he started stroking himself, that's a whole different situation. Right. But just because he had a hard on and you felt uncomfortable, that's just a bit extreme. That's a bit extreme.
Yeah, and the accusations, they vary from just him having a hard on, for him asking, hey, why don't you touch it, from him actually touching himself, or him positioning himself to where his dick may have touched her hand. So I mean, who at this point in just, you know, who knows? I mean, it's some he say, she say. One of the women yesterday said that she just wants to take her power back because she felt like he took her power by violating like her like that. And it's not about money. It's not about fame. It's not about none of this other stuff. But then his lawyer said, released a statement out. You might have saw it, Dre. You might have saw it too, Aisha. But he said, if it's not about this or that, then why did your lawyer want $100,000 hush?
100 band. Yeah, they wanted 100 band hush money.
Yeah. So I mean, and I hate to like get on like the color topic and everything, but then when I looked at these two women, I'm like, come on, Deshaun, why? Like, I don't know. It could have been some sisters. I would have rather a sister rubbing on me out, you know, a black woman, but we gotta leave these women alone. We have got to leave these women alone, because when our prominent black men are taken down, when our prominent black men are taken down, is by these others or colonizers, whatever you want to call them.
You think so?
For the majority.
I can't give you that one, Red. I can't give you that one, Red. I can't. Now it's a few instances, but I can't give you that one, man. Different strokes for different folks. No pun intended. Unapologetic nation. No pun intended. But I hope. Man, and at first I said, you know, it was just when we talked about it, Reggie, I was saying that I felt like it was, you know, the organization and just trying to do what they can to tarnish this man's image, and that very well may have something to do with it. However, I took a step back and I thought about what it is that you and I talked about, and then I talked to some other women about it as well. I just, at this point, I have a hard time believing that the young man is 100% innocent. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is that he did. I don't know. I hope that he is. I hope that he is, man. And when I say innocent, maybe he did make someone uncomfortable. Is he guilty of making somebody uncomfortable? Maybe that's what he's guilty of, making someone uncomfortable and not knowing. He could have been not knowing that, hey, him pitching a tent was going to, make this young lady feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You feel me? But I just know I feel as though something happened. Now, to get the ins and outs of it, that's what I'm waiting on. You know what I mean? But prayers up and to him and his family, man, because he's yet to speak, obviously for legal reasons. You know what I'm saying? I hope everything works out for him and he didn't forcefully do anything to these young women, man. I hope not.
The only thing that's weird to me, well, the main thing, one of the major things that's weird to me is, why do you have 22 different massage therapists? That's a lot of different massage therapists. Because usually people get that one that that does them good, right? And I mean, you may have to go through some to find out, just like barbers or hairstylists. You go to one, I don't like them, they ain't do it right. You go to another, but 22, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's a bit extreme.
But hopefully he's innocent. I'm definitely in agreement with you. I do think there is something a little true going on. I mean, but it's just weird how all 22 of these women have the same lawyer representing them.
So, as a massage therapist, my house would be paid off if I took every client to court that was inappropriate in my room. Okay. Mm-hmm. My house would be paid off. But like, you know what? I'm not even gonna say nothing because I don't want to sound as if I'm on his side, and I don't want to sound as if I'm on their side, okay?
Right.
But as a massage therapist, for me, I'm not speaking for nobody else. I'm not speaking for no other woman. A lot of shit you just kind of just brush off. A lot of stuff I just brush off, okay? Because I know that with men, a lot of them they really can't help themselves as far as their body. As far, like, I just feel like y'all weak when it comes to y'all flesh. And listen.
Easily aroused.
Please. And when I tell y'all, I'll go to work with my hair tied in a scarf. Now I will have on leggings, but I try to make myself as appropriate as possible to not. I don't want to paint no picture for nobody, so I don't come to work dressed to arouse nobody. Okay. But I'm naturally pretty. I'm naturally voluptuous. My butt is big. My titties, they big. My stomach big too, but I tuck it in my tight, so you can't really see it. But I'm a pretty massage therapist. I'm not what you expect to see when you think of a massage therapist, okay? Mm-hmm. But like, I have had some wild experiences, okay? Mm-hmm. Wow. I got stories for days. Do y'all understand me? Stories for days. Mm. But at the same time, it's like, it wasn't nothing that I'm finna like run and go report. For one, I don't want to have to deal with the courts. That's time off work. I'm missing out on money, having to spend money to go to court over something where I could just, I no longer want to be your therapist. I recommend that you go somewhere else. Simple. But now in his case, y'all saying this over 20 women, and they all pretty much got somewhat similar stories. Me personally, I'm not finna sit here and believe all 20 women. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
3 or 4, maybe. I feel like everybody else is paid to say this. And but at the same time, I mean, he could be a little nutcase, who knows?
Well, so it's funny that you said that because you just made me remember this. He does have text messages from one of the massage therapists that said, hey, you might want to watch out. Your name is out here. These women are saying that you're this and that during the sessions, blah 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 blah. So it does sound like some of them probably got together and was like, hey, did he do this when you was on the table? Well, when he was on your table, did he do this when he was on your table? Da da da. So all of them, because like I said, all of them have the same guy representing them. So like, it's weird.
I feel like with massage therapy, you know what? I don't want to say nothing else. I'm sorry.
All right. But no. So back to you real quick. You said you had a nigga nut on your sheets?
Yes. Oh, listen. I don't want to brag and make like I don't do nothing extra. I promise y'all, I don't do nothing extra. I don't have to do anything extra. Like my pressure is like that. My massages is like that. But I'm extremely appropriate. I drape you. I ain't never purposely seen a private part because I've never had to do anything extra during my massages ever. But like I enjoy massaging a man's legs. I don't know what it is about the legs, but the thighs, the back of the legs, the quads, all of that. I really enjoy massaging a man's legs. Y'all, I start my massages with the feet. I feel like you wake up every day, the first thing touch the floor is your feet. So that your feet carry the pressure of the body all day long. So I start my massages down at your feet. I start you on your stomach. I start at your feet. I work my way up your calves. This is the only part of my body I use when I'm massaging my hands, and mostly it's my forearms. I lie to y'all not. I probably was massaging this man's legs for maybe 3 or 4 minutes. And he said, ma'am, I need you to stop. He was like, can you step out the room for a second? I was like, okay. I stepped out. He probably was in there 15 minutes. I say, sir, are you okay? He was like, yeah. He opened the door. He was fully dressed. And he was like, I apologize. He was like, I left money and a tip on the table. And he just walked off. I never heard from him again. So I'm already confused. Like, damn, I hope I ain't do nothing wrong. All I was doing was massaging his legs. I go to change my sheets, and there it was. there it was. So I'm a woman, and I've dealt with men before. I wasn't disgusted. I was actually kind of like, I'm just glad he told me to leave it out before, like, I'm just glad he didn't do it in front of me or, didn't make it uncomfortable for me. He asked me to step out. I did. He handled his business. All I did was ball the sheets up and throw them in the trash. That's it. That's all. Okay. Like, I mean, some men, they really just, it's some people out here who really just can't handle it. Like, they really just can't. He knew he was about to do it, and he asked me to step out, and I did. If you rubbing on yourself on my table, I'm just gonna ask you, hey, you okay? I can step out. Just know that you paid for an hour. I just want to get you rented my room for an hour. You rented my table for an hour, whether I'm in here or not. Your clock started ticking once you came in here. If you want me to step out, I can step out. But you're not finna do this while I'm in here. See, my skin is just a little tougher than most women. That's the industry. And if your teacher or your professor or whoever you studied up under didn't prepare you for these things, and that's a lot of the issues that this industry have. Everybody think they finna come in and make all this money and make all these tips, and they not gonna have to deal with situations like this. So.
Yeah, man, hopefully, a lot of these accusations are false, and he finds his way out of it. I hate to see a black man go down, but if he did do something,
then he need to be punished.
Then he get what he
gets. No question about it. You're on agreement.
Go let Debo in the C block massage you and see how you like that.
But Miss Hadiya,
yes.
How's it out here dating with children?
Okay. And I'm just going to keep it all the way real with y'all.
Please do. Unapologetic.
It sucks. And let me tell you why. When my children was younger, it was easy to kind of date somebody because your kid's young. But it's like, as they get older, their memory is a little bit more better. So I got a guy that I talk to on the phone, right? And I'll tell my kids up front, this is not my boyfriend, this is just somebody I talk to on the phone. Mm-hmm. And so I may invite the guy over to, just come chill at the house for a little bit, right? But see, we're not really dating, we're just in the talking stage. So in the talking stage, I might be talking to 2 or 3 different people. Mm. I don't feel comfortable bringing 2 and 3 people to my house or going out and letting my kids know, hey, I'm finna go see this guy or I'm finna go see this guy. Like, I just feel like even though they're older, they don't 100% understand dating as an adult. They're children. They're not supposed to. So it's harder for me to date and to meet people and see people because my children, I'm more so concerned with what my children, how they're going to analyze the situation. Okay. So like I was talking to my kids today about, because they was just asking me like, Mom, who's this guy you be talking to on the phone? And, you know, I just told him, hey, he's a friend of mine. She was like, but what about the other one? And it's like, it's just the way that she said it that made me feel like, oh my God, am I really like, I just felt so whorish to be talking on the phone to two different guys. Okay. Now I haven't invited anybody into our space yet, but you know, if I ain't got no babysitter, if I just don't feel comfortable with leaving my kids at the house, then I'm gonna invite you over. But it's like I'm also not gonna feel comfortable inviting you over, knowing that you may walk past my kids or something like it's just for me, it is extremely hard.
Okay.
It's just extremely hard for me. And I can't speak for everybody else. I'm more so just speaking for me.
All right. Dre, if you was out here in the streets dating, is there a cutoff as far as in children for a woman? Is there a limit?
You know what, man? I can't say there would be a limit for me. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess you would have to look at it. You would have to look at it if you were dating if you're out here dating and your end all be all is, you know, to catch a partner to marry or whatever. I guess you got to look at a few things. If you're ready to take on the responsibility of someone else's kids and how much that's going to be, what not, you know, money wise, not monetary, but if you're ready to take on that role, I think. But I think, you know, for me, if I was out in the street like that, bro, if I was dating and whatnot, I don't think I would necessarily have a number, man. I don't think so. Shit, life happens, dog. Shit, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Hell, I got two of my own. I got two of my own. Hell, there might be a motherfucker out here that look at me and they might think that I'm the cream of the crop. And then how would I feel if, you know, she just told me like, I'm a head out, bro. You got two. And guess what? There is some women, there are women out here, not saying I experienced it, but there are women out here that'll look at you crazy like, oh, yeah, I don't want, if you have a baby mama, right, then you dead. There's plenty of them out here. Absolutely, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So not just men, but, you know, I mean, not just women, people in general, man. I think, but to answer your question, I don't necessarily think I would have a number, man. I don't think so, because if the shit is organic, you know, between two folks, man, you're gonna figure out the rest of everything else.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't have a number, but I think there might be an age for me.
Okay.
I think if she was to have multiple kids under probably the age of 4, maybe 5, that might be a no-go for me.
Then you backtrack. I'm talking about as far. I'm saying as far as timeline. You look at the timeline.
Yeah, probably. Don't give me that look, Aisha.
Listen, I'm not saying anything. My youngest is 8, and this guy that is quote unquote pursuing me. Like, okay, so let me just go ahead and put it out there. I have 4 children. I'm not having no more kids.
So that's why I was gonna ask you: Do men care about the amount of kids you have? Like, is that
I've never had a guy tell me he didn't want anything to do with me because I have 4 kids. Okay. My kids actually has never been an issue with me getting a man on a man's, like I've never been turned down because I have children, because I have 4 children, or because of their ages or anything. That has never been an issue. If I dismissed the guy, or if I decided that I didn't want to pursue a relationship, it's not because of, I don't think it was necessarily because of my kids. It was more so because I just didn't want to go through with it. But at the same time, I have to keep my kids I take my kids into consideration when it comes to me dealing with anybody. Right. So yeah, like I can't date a guy who don't have kids. I don't think I would feel comfortable dating a guy who don't.
So that's one thing for me too. I prefer a woman that does have kids.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like if you don't have kids and you don't went and applied for your stepdaddy license or your stepdaddy CDLs, then by all means, come on through. But if you don't understand that I can't get up and go every day, all day long, if you don't understand that I'm working all day, I got to come home, feed kids, I got to help with homework, I just need somebody to understand that, Yeah. I need you to know what it's like, I need you to know what I go through as a mother. Like, I need you to have some type of experience with children, because I want my partner to be family oriented. Right. I want my partner to understand on the weekends when I got time off, I want to go hang out with the kids. I want to go, let's go to the park, let's do this, let's do that. I don't want somebody who is just only trying to court me, so.
Okay. And I think that goes with what Dre said, because I feel the same way. When you are entertaining this woman, I mean, that's a part of her, a big part of her kids. So yeah, if you can't accept the kids, then you probably shouldn't be trying to accept her, because that is a package deal.
Right.
Damn right.
So how do you feel about that, Dre? I mean, would you rather be with a woman that has kids?
Again, I don't think it would really matter to me if she got kids or if she ain't. And the reason why, man, I could be, Reggie, I could be a Brahma bull at times. So at the end of the day, motherfucker, if you ain't rocking with what I got going on, if you ain't on my page, and I tell you that I got to deal with something with my babies, and you got an issue with it,
this ain't gonna work out.
Right. You out of here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's just what it is, man. Like, I just can't see. Yeah. I guess so. So then I guess I would have to, thinking about what I just said, I guess the smart thing would be to deal with a woman with kids. I guess that would be the smart thing to do. You know what I'm saying? That would be the smart thing to do.
I don't know now, because you have some women who, even though they have kids, they still might just be that selfish to not want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's some women out here who, even though they have kids, they still might have a problem with you having to up and go see about your children.
Yep. Right.
You know, so
yeah,
it really just depends on the woman, whether she got kids or not. I don't think that matters. I think it's just more so the woman, and if she has the patience to deal with the man who has children, at least a stand-up man who's actually in his child's life. Because you got a lot of men out here who have kids and they don't run at the drop of a dime to go make sure their kids got everything they need. They put that on the mom. So it really just depends on the woman and her character.
Yeah. So this is something I wanted to talk about, and is I guess it's coming off of the Sweetie and Quavo thing, but she had said something about she had emotionally checked out of that relationship months ago. Before, and I guess that's kind of, we hear that a lot on the woman's side. But so Dre, in some of the relationships that you've been in, have you found yourself in that predicament to where you was just there physically, emotionally, you was already done?
Absolutely. You're asking me how I dealt with it, or what are you asking? Because the answer is yes to the question you just asked.
So how long did you continue on with it? Because I know like us, we're more physical than emotional. So once we lose that I guess that physical want and need, we pretty much out the door. But a woman could actually like not be into you emotionally, really not want you on her, but she'll still, I guess, sit there and have sex with you and deal with you until that final straw, and then she like, I'm gone, fuck this shit. Us, on the other hand, it might be more or less, I'm just not, and we gone. But so how long did you deal with it after you was gone emotionally?
I think I say that happened probably a little bit after college. It happened a little bit after college, where that happened to me, and I think I stuck around for maybe 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting.
Yeah, maybe 4 or 5 months, because it was what I knew. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It was what I knew, and back then I was selfish. So of course I don't want the next nigga on my honey bud. I don't want the next nigga,
Mm-hmm.
doing what I'm doing. So I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna try to keep it. I'm gonna try to hold it in a row. But eventually it didn't happen. And I think also too, like you say, most then it was more about physical. Okay, yeah, sex is good, this, that, and the third. Yeah, so we rocking. But I think now it's more about who you are. For me, it's important that women continue to be the homies.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? I know it's a difference. It's lines that can't be crossed in that. But at the same time, I think, and even back then, actually, in that situation, I think that's what happened. Like, the young lady that I was dealing with, it went from us having all that having fun, and I'm just not even saying like going out and about and all that shit, but us being able to talk about any and everything, and she gave me her opinion from another young adult's perspective versus a girlfriend perspective. And when I pick up on that girlfriend shit, that's when I be like, are you telling me that because I'm your boyfriend and you don't want me to go down that path? Or are you telling me that because you believe it? And if I'm able to decipher the two, then that's a problem for me.
Okay.
So.
Okay. You just made me think of something. I think I've been in a situation. But so Aisha,
No, you have.
You as a woman, I know, because this is, I guess, a big thing for a woman. Because like I said, y'all tend to be like, when y'all are done, y'all have already been out the door months ahead of time. That's why it's so easy for y'all to leave.
Yes. So me as a woman, this actually just happened with my last, I don't even want to call it a relationship no more. I'm just going to call it a situationship. I was in a situation with a guy for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
I had a female call my phone year 2. Year 2, I had one female call my phone. Year 4, ran into the female again on my phone. So year 3, once the first female call or the first phone call, it's like you don't let it slide, but now you're aware. Your eyes are a little open, okay?
Your antennas up.
My antennas is up, okay? So when she called year 4, when she called year 4, I was like, okay, yeah, no. So now mind y'all, my antennas is up. So it's like, okay, I got this chick calling my phone.
Mm-hmm.
We not spending the time that I want us to spend together.
Mm.
So it's like, it wasn't just the female. It was a bunch of different things starting to come into play. Okay. So now I'm at a point where by year 3.5, year 4, I was like, you know what? I'm just kind of over it, okay? And so I stayed, or I let the situation continue, because I'm thinking maybe you're gonna change. I'm telling you it's a problem. Let me see if you're gonna do what you need to do to fix the problem.
Mm-hmm.
By the halfway point of year 4, when I realized the situation was not gonna get no better, at this point I'm just staying because I don't really want to bring nobody else around. I'm just staying because you who I'm fucking at the time, let's just continue doing it, because of all the things that's going wrong, that's probably the only thing that's going right, So let me just stick around with you, because you the only one that's I've been messing around with at this point. This is just me. But emotionally, I'm already checked out, because like the stories you tell me, I'm not paying attention like I used to. The situations and the problems that you're facing now, I don't really care that much. That shit you cause on yourself. When you tell me about issues with your baby mama, I'm listening, but I don't really care. That's your baby mama. I don't even see your kids like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I was emotionally checked out.
Ouch.
probably a year and a half before I just said, you know what, I want to be done with you completely. You know,
so that's a long time.
It is, and it's within that year and a half, I mostly just started focusing on me. I always say 75% of women who you see like just coming up, they glowing, they just got over a breakup or they just emotionally just checked out. It's like once I started checking out, I started focusing on other shit.
Was y'all living together?
No, we wasn't living together. And see, so it's like I want to tell y'all about the situation, but I don't want to take away from the episode, right? But like it was a bunch of bullshit. Okay, that's why I call it a situationship, because I was ignoring red flags left and right just to say I had a man. I was ignoring red flags left and right just to say that I was in a relationship, just to be able to repost a cute little relationship meme that I done seen on social media. Like I was ignoring red flags. Lord, what was I don't know, but now it's crazy now, because now that I'm trying to get back into dating, quote unquote, the red flags is there. Like I see them left and right, and I be turning dudes down. Like, boy, you ain't just text. Like I it's like I can't avoid them now. Oh my God, like it's so crazy. Like I don't think I'll ever really find somebody, because the little things, I'm catching on to the little things.
You're a bloodhound now.
Yeah,
man. Listen,
you got to deal with some of them little things.
Listen,
to get.
I am shit that I probably would have let slide. No,
you ain't going.
You know what? This ain't working out. We need to normalize leaving as soon as we decide that we no longer want to be. We no longer want to do it.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with it. Like,
yeah, or that saying that a lot of y'all don't want to hear or like to hear. You're single until you're married.
Listen.
But we're not gonna talk about this episode.
That's another cup of brown liquor.
We're not gonna talk about that this episode. But so Dre, you did make me think about it. I think my marriage, I was probably like that for the last 6-7 months. Because once everything started happening and actually what in the end all be all of me was she had put her hands on me, and that was it for me. I said I wanted a divorce, and I didn't turn back. She said she wanted a divorce, and the next day I was in the courthouse, trying to get an uncontested divorce. And when they served her the papers, she was like, "No, I'm not signing these. I'm not doing this. Whatever else." And I was like, "You said you wanted a divorce, just like I did," but there was no going back for me. So I think, you talked about that. It made me think about that. And I definitely was, she was on borrowed time, I guess. That's the saying, because I was actually sticking around. It was probably, I think it was more or less because I was listening to all the old heads telling me, man, y'all got kids together. It's cheaper to keep her, all that other shit. And then somebody else had told me, like, man, listen, all that materialistic stuff, all that, you can get all that bullshit back. Like one thing you have got to think about is your happiness. Like you cannot compromise your happiness. He's like, I started over. I was in a 1-bedroom apartment with no furniture. He said I had an air mattress. He's like, but I was happy as hell. And he said within the year, 2 years, I was getting furniture back. I was doing this and doing that. Was I paying money and all this other stuff? He's like, yeah, but and I took that to heart, and I was like, you know what? I am definitely unhappy, and that's one thing I'm not. I don't like. I hate coming home and being in a house that's just the tension is. You can feel it as soon as you walk through the door. Yeah, and that's what it was. So yeah, I definitely we do that shit. Us men do that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just don't look at it and think about it like that. But so
you probably don't just see it.
Yeah.
You don't see it. Like, I don't think nobody really knew or was really aware that they do that until it was actually pointed out in another situation.
Yeah, absolutely. So to close this one out, did you get granddaddy vibes, Aisha?
From you?
No, not from me. From Ron Isley. Did you?
No, I got sugar daddy vibes.
Oh, okay.
I got sugar daddy vibes from Ron Isley. Like he can get it. Okay.
What about you, Dre? Did you start? Would you ever look at that bracket, the next couple brackets up on you?
You know, would I?
Yeah.
Would I like older women?
Yeah. What's the ceiling?
The ceiling is a motherfucking roof, nigga. You know the answer to that.
Lord.
You know the answer to that. I don't know, man. I don't know, because so many of my friends have experienced that type of shit, man. But I can honestly say, bro, I have never experienced the older woman thing, bro. I've never experienced it.
Okay.
I never have. So I don't know. I never have, though. I started looking at myself like, damn, I know I got a baby face and shit, but fuck, what the fuck going on? The old motherfuckers don't want me. But nah, I've never experienced it though, man. I'm just joking, but I've never experienced it. Yeah. So I don't really know though.
Yeah, I have once in my life. I was young. I was very young. She was like, I won't say I was like 22. She was 36. I had just got to my first duty station. But
yeah, no, I ain't never.
But not since then though.
So dealing with this army shit, I've had it to my first deployment, man. It was a older white lady, dog. She was saying all the inappropriate things, bro. All the inappropriate things, right? Like, you know, them long legs, them long fingers. Let me see your hand. Let me shake your hand. Let me. You know what I'm saying? She was. I left it alone, dog. Some scary ass shit, bro. I'm like, no, man, get off that. You next. Yeah. You know, but no, I've never really experienced no older woman type shit, man. No.
I've been with one. I'm not gonna even say I've been with. I was talking to one older guy, and when I say older, he was very much 20 years older than me.
Okay.
Okay.
We talked on the phone, and I went to go see him one day, and then I got so my friends texted me and was like, it was a party, so I wanted to go to the party, but I didn't tell him I was going to the party. I just told him I was going home. So whatever the case may be, where I went when I left him it doesn't matter. He was like, okay, well, text me and let me know you made it home. And I forgot to text to let him know I made it home. And it went from him being a potential partner of mine to him coming off on me like he was my daddy.
You know what?
And I think that's one of the reasons why I don't care to be with older men, because I don't want you coming off on me like you're my dad. You're not my dad. You're supposed to be my man. So I think it's more like the controlling aspect, them being older than me, being a little wiser than me. They feel like they can just kind of talk to you how they want. And I didn't really like that. I didn't like that at all. And it was like, I don't have to deal with this.
Right.
Sir, I don't have to deal with this. You know, so I had went ahead and called it quits. I called it quits right then and there because I didn't have to deal with it.
That man was worried about you giving that honey bun up.
Listen, he wasn't even getting the honey bun. Okay.
And I understand that by what you just said. However,
he don't want nobody else getting it.
If I ain't nobody else touching it too, I'll tell man.
I've heard that the older men are controlling. But guys, I enjoyed y'all. I enjoyed y'all time. I enjoyed chopping it up with y'all. I think this is a very good episode. Aisha, tell the people who you are again and how they can find you.
Yes. So once again, I am Aisha Hadiya. I am the host of Coffee and Apple Juice, the podcast. Please stay tuned for season 3. We will be on YouTube, so y'all can finally see my face and put this face with the voice. Dre and Reg, it was definitely a pleasure. Y'all know y'all always welcomed on my show. But I really appreciate y'all. I love y'all vibe, and I look forward to doing more episodes with you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for coming on and being our guest again. We didn't have Dre the last time, so I was like, we got next episode we got definitely have Dre on.
Yeah.
Yo, I appreciate you coming on, Aisha. Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome. Thank you.
Mr. Dre.
Homie. Look, man. Shout out to everybody back at the crib, man. Shout out to Unapologetic Nation, man. You already know it's always a treat for me when you and I can chop it up again. Aisha, thank you so much, man. I always get excited when I get an opportunity to talk to you. You know, we had a couple of times where we were supposed to get on, but even when we talked that little bit of time, I was excited. You made me laugh like a motherfucker, and that's hard. That's hard to do. So, but you know, as always, man, you know, mental health is real. If you're out there, you got things going on, you know, anything, you know, that myself or Reg can help you with. No, we're not subject matter experts, but we do know a little bit about a little bit, and we know how to get you the resources that you need to get help. So don't be afraid to tap in on our personal IGs or tap into the Unapologetic IG. Other than that, man, you already know what time it is. 36 years around the sun on Monday.
Yeah, got one coming up. But once again, thank you, Aisha, for being on the show.
You are more than welcome.
I definitely had fun.
Let me readjust my hoodie real quick.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I actually wore my t-shirt to the grocery store today, and this lady was like, "Hey, is that your podcast? Where can I find you?" And I told her, and she went and subscribed right then and there. I was like, all right. But yes, for everybody that, you know, all our viewers, listeners, I appreciate the comments, supports, the likes, all that good stuff. Keep it coming. And I always forget to say this shit. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Share. I don't know why I keep forgetting that shit. I need to put a disclaimer out there. I'm gonna put a banner on episodes from now on. So that shit. Just so I have to keep doing it. But yes, thank you. This is episode 33. We're Unapologetic. We will be back next week. Coming off of Dre's birthday. He
Hope I don't have no crazy stories, but I probably will. I'm actually gonna be in the area, Aisha. So I'm gonna link with you after this.
I will buy you lunch for your birthday.
Okay.
I will buy you lunch.
Well, damn, my birthday was last Tuesday.
I am going to buy you lunch too.
Last Tuesday.
I promise I'm sending both of y'all some cash apps. Oh, let me plug this in really, really quick. So Coffee and Apple Juice, the podcast, is doing a cash app giveaway. I'm giving two of my listeners a chance to win some money from my personal bank account. This is not a sponsored contest. All you have to do is go to our YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube, and leave a comment about what you liked about season 2. And if your cash tag is picked or if your comment is picked, I will definitely be cash apping somebody. April 14th is when I'm going to pick the winners.
That's dope.
That's dope. All right, guys. Thank you once again. We're unapologetic. We're unfiltered and all that good stuff. We're out of here.
Peace.
All right. I know you got it.
That was cute.
You know what it is. Thanks for listening to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Better follow me.